my channel. My name is Emily if you're new here, and I'd love it if you guys stick around by subscribing. So for today's video, I kind of wanted to end my boutique series on how Madison and I found places to sell our clothes at. So I will definitely not take credit for this. Madison's mom was actually who helped us find events. She would find them on Facebook for us, and the first one that we did was an absolute success. I am more than thankful that she was able to find that spot for us. So yeah, she definitely helped us in the beginning. I know after her mom helped us with the first 3 events, I want to say, Madison definitely started looking up everything herself. I take no credit for any of this. Madison's the one that handles all our events. So I'm very thankful for the places that we have gone to. Now, not all of them have been a full-on success. Like I said, with everything, it is trial and error. Madison and I, the first event was absolutely amazing. We did it in Canton and Conroe, and then the second one, I don't even remember. I think we did it at an elementary school because they do like pop-ups every Fridays or Mondays or something like that for the parents that drop off their kids or whenever they pick up their kids. So that one was a little obviously slower. We weren't expecting anything of it, but I definitely do not recommend doing free events for kids. As an example, we did one, I want to say Easter weekend, I think. It was a Saturday, and they were hosting like a free Easter egg hunt, but they definitely had a bunch of vendors there. I want to say probably 30 vendors, and that was honestly not the best call for us to do. One, because it is something for kids that is free, so parents are always looking for activities for their kids to do. And then second, because it was kid oriented, I wouldn't expect parents to necessarily come to those events thinking that they are gonna purchase items. I know it was definitely a slower day for us that day. We did have people buy from us, but it wasn't as we expected. So definitely do your research on where you're going to be selling your stuff at. Now, I know if you were to sell cookies or popcorn or any food item, maybe candles, you would have done a better profit, but because we do sell clothes, it is a little bit trickier to find places that will specifically work for us. I'm definitely not saying don't do kid events, because the most you can get out of it is exposing yourself. I know we did meet a couple people that did take our cards, so they could definitely look us up later, but it's just trial and error. What Madison and I have found does not work for us going to kid events, but definitely if you want to expose yourself, because I mean, parents will bring kids to these, sisters, brothers, cousins, anything like that. They'll see your name, they'll walk by, they might stop, look around, they might not buy anything specifically, but they will take your card if they're interested. You can always chat with people. That's the number one thing that I found that has worked for us. Now, Madison is more like talkative with the customers, I would say, and she's really good at it. Me personally, I'm kind of just like, hi, how are you? Let us know if you need anything. But Madison is the one that interacts more with our customers, and I am forever appreciative about that because she definitely reels customers in. I'm more of like I said, hello, how are you? Let me know if I can help you. Madison and I always try to wear our items to our events so people can see what the clothes look like. I know we had a sweater that Madison was wearing, and it literally sold like that because not only because she had it on, but people can see what it looks like. So I know Madison and I tried to wear different items. Sometimes we wear the same thing. Like we have a cardigan that my mom actually bought for both of us for Christmas, so we kind of wear that sometimes. But definitely range in what you wear, so just so people can see what the item looks like. I know we have a mannequin out, and we try to put kind of like an outfit, either a top and a skirt, or we can't necessarily put pants on her, but mainly our dresses. And also, this is a big tip for something that isn't selling really well. We'll put it on display just so customers can see it, and that's the first thing they're gonna see when they're like walking up to your little section. So going off with talking to your customers and stuff, I definitely recommend kind of looking around to see what other people have so you can introduce yourself. I know every time Madison and I go to a pop-up event. We've been mainly going to a coffee shop in New Waverly, and we absolutely love them. We are forever grateful that they allowed us to sell there, because now we sell every month there, so we for sure have that pop-up. But they don't always have the same people going there. So definitely whenever we get a chance and it slows down a little bit, we love to go introduce ourselves to other vendors, just to let them know like who we are, what our service is, but also we want to interact with everybody. And I feel like that's a big thing. Like I said, personally, I'm not the one that talks more, but I love meeting other vendors, because not only do we expose ourselves to them, but we get information about them. And I know not all vendors are going to want to talk to you, which is kind of shady, and it kind of sucks, because I personally want to meet everybody, get in contact with them, follow them on Instagram, show some support, but then other people don't feel the same way, and that's okay, but that's the reality of things, unfortunately. I know, for example, we met this one lady. She was super nice, super amazing, and I always love to get a card to stay connected, or connect with them on Instagram right away. And she sells jewelry, so I know, as an example, I told Madison that we should buy one of her earrings, and then we can display them on our mannequin, because I know I always put a pair of earrings. Everyone always sees these earrings and they want to buy them, but they're mine, so we're just like, sorry, they're for display reasons. But I feel like if we buy earrings from someone and put them on display and they love them, we can refer them, so they get a customer from us, and then if they spark a conversation, they can say like, yeah, the girls from Roses in Texas actually had your earrings on display and I loved them, so I came over here, and vice versa. I know some vendors do come up to our boutique and buy stuff from us, so I'm forever grateful for that. So just definitely supporting each other is a big benefit, but like I said, not everybody will interact with you, and that's totally fine. Do not take offense to it. Just know that you're helping someone, and they could be possibly be returning the favor and helping you. And another example of connecting with other boutique owners or business owners in general, I want to say at this one event, it wasn't as busy as we had hoped for. So of course, Madison and I took the time and we walked around to a couple vendors, and there was this one girl, she sold jewelry and pop sockets. I think she even had, what is it called? The things that go on your Apple Watches. I can't even think of what it's called. But she sold those, and my mom actually ended up buying a pop socket. She bought my watch thing from her, and I don't know, my mom bought a couple. My mom is like the best. She will go around and support anybody. I'll like tell her when she comes and see us, I'll be like, oh my gosh, they're selling chocolates over there. Oh my gosh, I have to go look at her earrings over there. So I'm always one to hype up a business. I appreciate people that do it for us too. But anyways, getting back to the story, like I said, I'm not very talkative. Even my mom was surprised of how much I was talking to this girl, but I actually got her number because she had just started as well. I want to say she was probably 7 months in of doing her business, and she had a lot of great items, which was awesome because I always, support others. But I got her number, and she ended up texting me of like this cup that she saw that she remembered us from, like Roses in Texas. I think it's a cup from Starbucks. But ever since then, like that communication, it just like sparked like a business friendship, I would say. So I personally have messaged her at events that Madison and I are doing, just to let her know, because obviously I want to be able to help others that don't always know like how to find events, because I know Madison and I did not know absolutely anything about booking an event, and her mom's helped us. So it's always good to help others in return. Like I said, I think I've texted her of 2 or 3 pop-ups that we're doing, just to let her know, like, hey girl, I still remember you. I just want to let you know that we're gonna be at this event, and I thought it'd be a great idea for you to come out and kind of like expose yourself a little bit more. So I definitely love to help others, and Madison does too. She'll like text me that she's talking to another business owner, and she'll get tips from her, and we'll kind of put them in place, see if they work out for us as well. So I definitely believe in interacting with others is key to helping both of y'all be successful in a way. Now, I'm sorry this kind of video is all over the place. I didn't really know where I was going with it, but I did know I wanted to talk about events in general. Another thing, just making that connection with people. It's always great when you return to a place that you've been at before and somebody recognizes you, like, hey, you were here last time. Or if a customer comes by and they were like, oh, I remember seeing you when you were last here. And just like sparking that connection is absolutely amazing, because it makes you have customers come back, or you make that connection with vendors. I know this one lady as well, she sells pop sockets. They're absolutely beautiful, and I didn't even realize I followed her before I actually met her, but she told us if we ever wanted to connect on doing a pop-up together, because they do get expensive, I will say that. I'll talk about that here in a second. They do get expensive, so she told us, we made like a connection that if we ever want to like host an event together, we'll pay the fee like split down the middle. We'll put our what is it, like our section together, and we'll just sell our items individually. And see, that's this kind of stuff that I really appreciate in people that want to support other businesses, and obviously we support their business, so it's definitely worth making that connection. Like I said, don't take offense if nobody wants to talk to you. That's fine. That's just people being greedy and I guess wanting to keep the little fame between them. I don't really know. I don't understand why people wouldn't want to connect with you. That's just my thing. I love making new friendship, making connections, because like I said, I love that people remember us, and I feel like that will help us grow in the end. Now talking about price. So these aren't free. Some of them are if you get lucky. Most of these are not free to attend, because people hosting it obviously need to make money off of it. They're not just gonna set up in a space for free. So I want to say the cheapest that Madison and I have paid for like a spot, usually the spots are 10 by 10, so we do have a tent that is exactly 10 by 10, so we know how much space we're getting. Probably was around $30, maybe $35. I'm remembering 40 off the top of my head that we've been paying, but I think that might have been the cheapest. Now the most expensive that Madison and I have paid was probably $200 for a spot, and to some people that's like, holy crap, that's a lot of money, but it is worth it, because you're there to sell your items and you're going to make a bigger profit from selling your items. Now, it can get tricky whether or not people will show up to these venues. So that's one thing you do have to consider. You have to see like, okay, if I'm spending $200 for a spot, I need to make at least, I don't know, you come up with your number that you want to make. I know Madison and I always set a goal for every event that we attend. So we'll actually have another spreadsheet for this. So we'll put like the date we're going, how much we paid for that event, how much we're wanting to make, the name of the event, and how much we actually ended up making. So that's just another way Madison and I track everything for us. But definitely look into if it's worth paying, how much like it's gonna cost to be there. I know our Canton and Conroe one, that one ranges, I think that one was $100, but like I said, that event is worth us being there, so we'll definitely be going back every year. Now there's some events where we only paid like $30-$40, and it, as cheap as it is, sometimes it's not worth going, because we can be there for like 6 hours, and like I said, it could be a kid event, and you'll probably make not that much back, only because it is a free event that parents are thinking about like only taking their kids to have fun and not necessarily thinking about spending money. And another thing I wanted to talk about was when you do have your pop-ups, you obviously need to bring your own stuff. So this is where it comes in hand. If you saw the like products that we bought or items that we've bought for our boutique. So for our events, we did purchase a 10 by 10 tent, because sometimes we need it. I know we've used it if it like really sunny outside, we don't want the sun to hit us. If there's a chance of rain, we'll put it up and we'll cover it just to cover ourselves and our clothes. Obviously we don't want them to get wet. Another thing that we have for our pop-ups are a checkout station, and this one was actually made for us, so it was more convenient. We didn't spend any money on it. It is heavy, so I will try to vlog when Madison and I have our next event, which will be mid-March. So I'll try to vlog that just so you can see our whole setup, because we've been having events, like I said, at this coffee shop, and we're kind of indoors, so they kind of already have tables and chairs and all that. So we just bring in our items and our clothing rack and our mannequin. That's kind of our setup for that. But since this event will actually be outside, we'll need to bring all of our items. So going back to everything, sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. So we have our tent, we have a checkout station, we bring wooden crates to prop up a couple things. We have signs. I know my aunt, she made the sign for us because she has absolutely amazing handwriting. So I asked her to make a sign for us that says "cute stuff this way." And I find that some people kind of attract to signs. Because I know when we started putting that up, that's the first thing people would see. They'd be like, oh, cute stuff this way, and they'd actually come in and look at our stuff. So definitely put up a sign. Madison and I bought a sandwich board not that long ago, so I'm actually gonna have to put that in play for next event. Let me see what else. We have a mannequin. We bring a mirror as well, just because sometimes they are outdoor events and there's not a bathroom nearby that people can take stuff to, so they'll just kind of put it up, look at it in the mirror, see if they like what they see, and then that's how we get a purchase. Also, with the tent, since I said it does wrap around, I actually made a dressing room out of it, because I know people bring up the like pop-up tents or they'll make their own dressing room, but because it is just Madison and I setting up at our events, it's a little bit more difficult to bring certain items because it's just Madison has a car and then my car, my mom's car, so that's where we fit most of the items, but we can't necessarily bring, like, I don't know, people use doors to do dressing rooms, or I don't know, people get really creative, which is absolutely amazing. But the way I did it, so how we block off the tent, we'll only block off one specific side, and then we'll put up like a wooden, I don't know, a wooden stick, and then we actually bought curtains, and we'll like put the curtains on each side, and then you can close them, so kind of like a dressing room at a regular store, only we just have to be careful. Oh, we actually zip tie the pole, I guess, the wooden pole, so it'll stay in place, so when customers open and close it, it doesn't move. And we actually do have over the door mirror in there as well, so I don't know if I'll be putting up the dressing room this time or this event coming up soon, because we actually allow customers to take stuff to the bathroom now. That is a big trust that we're giving customers, to try on our clothes and take them to the bathroom. But I mean, if they run off with an item, that's our bad, and shame on the customer for doing that. But honestly, I don't think anybody will do that, crossing my fingers. But it's just the trust that we let the customers take the clothes to the bathroom and be able to try them on. Now, I know I'm kind of rambling on with this video. Sorry. I didn't really know where I was going with it, but I know I wanted to talk more about pop-ups, because I feel like, again, there isn't a lot of information about stuff. You just kind of have to figure it out on your own. So I just wanted to give a little backstory. Oh, and always definitely bring cash to these events, because we do take card, but not, some people that go to markets don't specifically think. I mean, now with, I guess, modern day technology, everyone has a card reader, but sometimes people still only take cash, so definitely bring cash. I actually bought, thinking it was going to be like a big size safe to hold our cash. It actually ended up being this big. Madison and I got a good laugh out of it, but I mean, it worked for us. It was $10. I was thinking it was something bigger, but you know, make mistakes, but we stuck around with it. It's still a joke. Definitely bring bags. Madison and I bring our thank you cards, our business cards, stickers to put on the bags. Please bring water to stay hydrated, snacks, because I know I get hungry and so does Madison. So bring something to keep yourselves hydrated and full so you don't get hungry. I know my mom sometimes brings us food as well, so if you have somebody like that, let them do that for you. But yeah, definitely get to know the people around you, make connections. Always thank the person that hosted you when you leave, because that leaves you on a good note. I know, I feel like I shouldn't have to tell you that, but then some people just kind of pack up and dip, which kind of is rude, because I mean, you paid for your spot, or sometimes, like I said, it's free, but definitely always thank the person that allowed you to be there, because they could have easily said, no, we don't need your service, and then go on to somebody else. So just a thought. So yeah, I think I rambled enough in this video. Not sure how long it is. I feel like I say that in every video, but my last video ended up being 17 minutes long. The one prior to that was like 9 minutes, I think. So if you have any questions, please leave them down below. I get back to y'all as soon as I can. Most of the time it's like within a minute. But yeah, definitely enjoy owning your boutique, enjoy sharing it with people. Always thank the people that hosted you, thank your customers, and tell them to come back, follow you on Instagram. or Facebook or whatever you have your platform on. Tell them to check out the website. But yeah, I think that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see y'all next time. Bye, guys.